Good Morning Salon. We come to you from 98.1 FM, 7:51 at the time from the studio clock, and we come over to we studio guest them. Well, this morning also we go look at the responsibility of the political party them for make sure say the elections no violence and waiting then they do for the supporter them for talk to them. Now the program we get Sidi Tunis, National Publicity Secretary for the APC. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Asma. Good morning, Sierra Leone. Thank you very much for getting me here this morning.
We also get Rado Sware, the Minister of Information. Good morning, Mr. Mohamed Rado Sware.
Good morning, Asma. Good morning, Salon.
All right. Well, we'll start with CDI at Tunis. We go back to the press conference where the APC all yesterday decided to condition them to the ECSL ahead of the June 24th election, after which we will cancel the topic who they are for. Now, we don't play the clip of waiting come out from the APC press conference yesterday. Usai, among many things, they ask for make from the Electoral Commissioner to Commissioner, they all resign within 72 hours. One go on for ask at this time, just where we get 8 days to election. Why would they ask that the whole ECSL, the head of the ECSL, they resign?
Thank you very much, Asma. In the first place, you premise your introduction with a sentence that waiting political parties then go do for ensure say they maintain peace at the country during this electionary period and even post-election. That is exactly what we try for achieve Nayaso as a political party. We don't raise several issues where the ECSL particularly they do, we get a tendency for drive this country into chaos. And we don't repeatedly highlight the issues then they from as far back as 2 years ago when they present the 5-year strategic plan, and when they begin for go against the strategic plan for introduce boundary delimitation and all other things, then up to the census, to the PR, we don't highlight the things that we ECSL they do, we get a tendency for drive this country to chaos. And every time when they bring them to the attention of the ECSL and the attention of the general public. And yesterday in the press conference, you see Dr. Samura Kamara take in time for highlight everything, from step 1 all the way. And then also it makes certain demands them, where clearly legitimate, where say then demands them for be met within 72 hours. Otherwise, we get for ask for the resignation of our Kone. And some of them demands in day 1, we want for ECSL for guarantee. We say when we vote, then get for count. Now the stations, they must say always don't be. And then after that, the results for be transmitted to the district. Outside the district elections managers then go look at the results from their stations. Then they, in the presence of all of the party agents, they certify them before then transmit them to the regional center, which are in the presence of all district elections managers them again. We go input the data into, the Excel sheet. At regional level, we all tally, we collate, and then we get the result. That now 1. 2, we for ensure say also, we do that manually, not electronically as how the ECSL one for now do. We also don't say we don't they ask for the management process of the ECSL data management. We don't they ask for that. They will not get them. Will not get understanding and or such. And with the demand down there, we also say then for provide we details disaggregated final voters list. We still feel the data, the voters list will then give you a faulty. We still don't highlight the issues we'll get with Dande. And, with the demand that they provide we as stated in their own act and the laws of this country. We also, they say, the brutality against we supporters then from government security forces for stop immediately, especially in the south and the eastern part of the country. And also, we they say, in addition to all of them demands they are at every level, we don't ECSL don't exhibit a lot of incompetence. So the confidence level, not only from us as a political party, but the people of this country, then confidence level in ECSL say then go able for carry this election in a free, fair, credible manner don't reduce to the lowest of the low, based on their activities, based on their arrogance and their reluctance for make certain information them available to not only political parties but the public and even their own actions in the way they do things. So because of that, they say the commissioner and the chief electoral commissioner and the other commissioners, they first step aside. Their actions, they know they show any impartiality. Their actions, they know they show willingness for let us get free, fair, credible elections. And their actions, they don't they make with the questions, the competence and capability, and even the ability for able to conduct free, fair, credible elections that is concerned.
All right. The APC party don't put together all their conditions their way if you don't meet, if they know ECSL not adhere to them, ask them for resign. When the manual counting management process, for no provide details of final list of the voter data and many other one them. Don't engage the ECSL on their issue they are so before come public.
Severally, we don't engage ECSL plenty time. We don't engage them at political parties, liaison committee meetings. We don't engage them personally. We don't hold meetings with them. And as by let just put this in context to the country. And the way how ECSL they feel say we all na salon we na full mandate. When I go start with the registration. When the registration been happen, we all know the issues we'll go through with first-time voters and all of that. And when the registration happen, we all go together, we try for put the data. And when everything happen, that one will be the representative in Wellington. They do duplication and all of that. They say 10,000 could be omitted. Okay, fine. Thereafter, 257,000 people omitted. Today will not get explanation. 75% of them one day, now from areas them, the north, the western area, will not get better explanation why. Now we get the ID cards. Me and you know say no country, not in this world, we go accept that kind of identity card day. If not be any other country, then they happen. Believe me, they one and the honor for them at that seat. And now look what they don't do. Yesterday, just yesterday, then tell we say the ballot papers for this election, June 24 election, they arrived in this country on the 17th. Now then tell we, but now the same day we then tell we that day, then pull press release say early voting they happen today. So who side then pull ballot paper for do the early voting today? Which ballot paper then they use for do the early voting today?
The paper where they quote from the early voting, it come out from ECSL.
Oh yeah, but a press release
signed by ECSL. Now they tell you authentic from ECSL that the APC don't confirm.
Now press release we see from the ECSL say early voting they happen today. You understand? Why is they don't tell you say the ballots they arrived at this country on the 17th? So the question is, we as a political party, despite the fact say, when I don't tell we say ballot paper they come, and now voting for happen, we don't know almost people, and first of all, don't get visa for go Hajj. When I not tell we the list of people wait for vote in this early voting, none of that. I don't feel say any political party know, maybe the ruling party know, but definitely we don't know. You know, so these are the things. Mabel, the ECSL for no say, we political parties and the ECSL, we all form part of the elections management bodies. We are partners. Now that make we get PPLC meetings for ensure say we able to discuss then things then so with the ability and the resolve for let we able to settle them so that at the end of the day, trust, good confidence, good day, so that when the elections don't happen, we all go accept the outcome. Problem not go for on at this country. That is the whole essence.
So let me come to one demand owner they make for provide the final list, the data. We host the head of operations I had the other day, and he tell me say they don't give una the final voter list, which you self agree say una get, but una get problem with her. And they not ever give data of citizens' data to any political party, but that they give the final voter list. And una say una not believe that final voter list. Why?
We don't compare the list where we get with the 2018 list, the final voters list. And in addition to some of the fields that we're missing, we also don't find out, say, plenty issues there with this voter. Like, for example, when we look at the number of first-time voters that we register, clearly plenty of them are underage. From the pictures we see,
evidence.
Oh, but from the pictures we see, and also
Musai.
we find out, say, 54,000 of the first-time voters, then, for example, 2005, nine they born.
How?
Okay, 2005. So it clearly shows somebody maybe probably just be the rush for register people for meet the 18 years threshold, right? And when you look at the distribution of their ages, then they also, their first-time voters, then they 18,000 in Kailan, 8,000 in Kenema, 4,000 in Bo, and so on and so forth. Asma. So elections,
so the issue is 54,000 first-time voters.
Elections integrity, very important.
That's not true. But I want go on for no. ECSL were responsible for conduct election. They'll give all political parties the finalists. We say now this list will they go with. How and Usai Una pull all the information they are now say that data they or that list they not correct. And that 52,000 now one way they pull from 2005. If you get evidence for sure that.
When you get data, you get for analyze the data. From the analysis, we find out all of them things then they.
Okay.
And we also they make comparisons with other voters list who don't get from previous elections. And let us not forget, say, ECSL say they export some of them data from the NCRA database. So all of their analysis, then they were able to do them and find out them faults they are so and highlight them to the ECSL so that we will get a credible election. And that's why when they make them demands they are, we still get a window of 72 hours for let us sit down and amend them.
All right. So there is a criteria for make possible commissioner and also chair of the commission. When I ask for just 72 hours for resign, and then also 8 days or so to the elections. Una wants for conduct the election.
Well, we will make them very clear. I mean, they're in partnership with many countries. If we feel, say, we election, if we conduct them in a manner where it will create chaos and problem na salon, for avoid that one day, we can ask we international partners for help for save we from chaos, from trouble na this country again. It don't happen before. But the most important
change commissioner inside 72 hours.
The most important thing is Mr. Kone gets 72 hours for correct all of them things there and the demands they will don't make. It is not impossible. They can do them. Some of them we ask for information. Some of them we ask for processes for be corrected for happen. So
all right. Well, thank you very much, Sidi Tunis, for where you give brief or wait yesterday come out na the press conference with the APC all and una demands that if the ECSL no meets, then demands they are make the commissioner and all the head of ECSL and all in commissioner they resign. Well, we go try forget the ECSL for no waiting at their own position on our demands them. But now to the topic where the responsibility of political parties them in these elections where they come. I will start with you, Mr. Minister of Information, Mohamed Raman Soye. This morning, Idenaya, for the last 2 or 3 days, we all see the standoff or standstill of the country outside people and be one demonstrate, and with really plenty cost them around. Information on the social media really overloaded for Sierra Leoneans, but the government gets the responsibility through the police for protect lives and property in this country. And so waiting government think of all waiting don't happen inside the last 2-3 days, Mr. Minister.
Yes, I think say I want to make a few passing statements then on Dr. Samara Kamara in State of the National Address yesterday. I think it go just be fair and proper for the one who they listen to. We will not shortchange them. You know, my brother don't make quite some heavy weight of them. So important for note, one say, all of this thing with the APC they do now, from calling for disruptive nationwide protests, with them initiate after August 10 to May 11, we then do the same thing, and now way through then Protege Adebayo, they call for nationwide operation, go city, all of them in the not just waste them for escape the elections because they don't smell defeat, they don't see on the camp, and they want for avoid that humiliation. So basically, what do we see as government? The kind of thing they don't call demands there. Every reasonable and sane person knows them we are not get respect for this country. The Constitution get clear provisions as to who conducts an election. They know say na electoral commissioners there. Na parliament they appoint, na parliament they approve there. Then we are know. After 62 years of nationhood, then they can say, "Let's go bring election experts there for conduct elections." That is so insulting, and not only insulting. In fact, they just tell you say, them people not go even respect to Constitution should they ever near a state house. You know, so I go make them precautionary statements and they now counsel the issues and what you ask. Because I sure say this one I ain't going to be the real issue. You know, they now make quite a litany of very, very outlandish and unrealistic demands there, knowing all say they are not fulfillable, so because they don't free the elections. But these elections, we have been assured by ECSL, we go on, and as SLPP, we are prepared for this election any day, and nothing is going to stop a first round victory for President Bill.
So Laura, okay. Topic, Mr. Minister, you begin make mention of allegations where you they make say you link the All People's Congress Party to the August 10 incidents, and you say then continue for do this. Any proof there for sure saying that the APC party get connection to waiting don't they happen?
Yes, of course. There was a special investigation committee set up, yeah, by and they appoint very, very credible Sierra Leoneans with integrity for the another committee. They did a fantastic job. Then present the report. It's public knowledge. They did it clearly. I can make copies available to 9 states after this, just in case we're not being get them. I mean, that's public service.
So waiting happen after that. If you say the committee been do findings where should say the APC party connected to waiting be happen. Well, waiting governments don't do.
Well, so that's another matter. You hear from government what they don't do. But this report is public knowledge, then presented on a public, right? Available for all to see. And we don't disseminate, we don't talk about them everywhere we go. I don't even talk under this studio.
Right. So waiting the question I before ask you now, the responsibility of government, will you consider what to happen in the last 3 days?
Yeah, so first, political parties, now a group of people then, we then call a group of like-minded people there. People that would think the same kind of way, with the see them from the same perspective, and they come together. They want for take state power through lawful, democratic, legitimate means, right? Now then they call political party. When they come together, a group of like-minded people then, with the objective of taking over state power through lawful, legitimate, democratic means. for everyone able to implement on political ideologies. That is what political parties are supposed to be, right? So like we, the SLPP Women Sabi, that I've been a proud member of for the longest time, we always don't seek Rawandi all the time. I'm not going into history, let's go straight to business. What we don't seek for do over the years, even when we've been out of government, we always been to see ourselves as a government in waiting, prepared to take over the leadership of a country any day. So you find out, say, when last we in our opposition, we been get the regular Wednesday press briefings. That one will not ever breach. Every Wednesday we been get some. Then policy then they will not be the call for incitement, will not be the call for disloyalty to the state, will not be the call for torpedo the peace, will not be the call for dismemberment of this country. What will be the do then press conference and there when they profile alternative policy positions or anything government do, when they say, look, if we did it, we can do better, we will save X amount of this. We'll do that day with Wilkinson Road, the road constructions there, we'll do with the mining sector. And when I don't can, then trajectory, then they will be in the talk. When I don't see, we don't deliberately they follow them and they are paying off. That is what political parties should be about. Not to every new day, you threaten, the whole heavens, they come down our head, you incite people there, you sponsor every kind of hate, divisiveness, and political party leaders. Right. Political party leaders are allowed down this one. Political party leaders, because then they mirror the collective opinions of the party, then for make very responsible speeches. In the last couple of years, we don't get very, very, very sad renditions of political party leaders that would make very responsible comments there. Very responsible comments there. But as the program they go on, we'll talk about some of the things. That one is not good for national stability, it's not good for national unity, it's not good for peace and stability. Even they undermine with democracy, we don't begin to invest in so much.
President Bill call on the leadership of the APC for denounce violence. At the same time, the APC, they say the police, the ruling government, they use police for threatening the supporter them now some area them in the country. And as a government, we yourself don't explain the alternative when they use when they in opposition.
Yep.
One, the citizens they want to know how safe are they from government perspective.
Well, so when I don't hear this all the time, the president don't mention all the time say every Sierra Leonean life matter to him, a valuable to him. So when he addresses the SLPP, when he addresses this country, he always talk about the sanctity of life, the role every Sierra Leonean go able to play. So they don't challenge the APC at every one time. So look, let them say be law abiding. Let them believe in the due democratic process, right? But I mean, that is too much for them. These are desperate times.com. But we're going to allow these elections for whole, in a decorous environment, in a peaceful environment, whose people then go able to come on and freely and honestly express their views then through the ballot box. Right. The APC finds that very difficult to do. They have to do it through hirelings, through the Adebayos of this world, through various other faceless surrogates there for threatening this country, for intimidate this country, as if to cower this country. This country is far, far, far bigger than that. Right. We will not go back to the war years. We will not go back to one-party democracy. These elections, therefore, go on and.
All right. Continue for Day with Win at the program, Minister of Information.
The program you listen to now the Thursday edition of Good Morning Salon. Sitting at the program where they look at the role where the APC and the SLPP they play for ensure safe peace in the country before, during, and after the June 24 elections. Before we take that break, you be listening to Mohamed Rahman Soare, where they are the talk on that issue on behalf of the Sierra Leone People's Party. We come over now to Sidi Tunis from the All People's Congress APC Party. So the topic we look at this morning at the studio about waiting, then two political parties, especially they do for ensure say the country maintain in peace. So for the All People's Congress APC Party, waiting on they do for let peace be maintained in a salon, even though we're going to the polls.
Thank you very much, Mabel. I will come here on that, but before I come there, I just say, one, APC ever call for public demonstration, public protest of any sort, let alone we be part of any. When we want to do that, trust me. Okay, APC not ever call for public demonstration or public protest of any sort. And when we want to do that, trust me, we go do them, and you go see people like us, we lead. We not go there and push with people before. Now we self go lead if we want to engage in public demonstration or protest. The other thing I don't find out about people in this administration, I think now read they know they read. Because if then they read, the Special Investigation Committee report is very clear that the APC leadership and APC as an institution not get anything for do with August 10th. They not find anything will link the APC leadership and the APC as an institution to the August 10th demonstration. A very clear now the Special Investigative Committee report. When I then set up, when I then pull the report. So I just need to make that one clear. We as an APC don't they insist that we want peace, and we don't act in that manner. We don't carry ourselves very well. All of the provocations, the attacks, the intimidations, we don't come through, or we don't come under, we don't maintain peace. Things then we don't happen to we if not being the SFPP happen to. By now, na chaos in this country. We presidential candidates don't come under tear gas attack 3 times. Mile 38, they attack them, then tear gas them. The day for a nomination, May 1, then tear gas them. And then just in Connaught last Friday, then tear gas in Ronnie made to a point we get for stop, we rush them out. But still, the people maintain peace, and we continue, we address the crowd. We always, ever hear an APC leader talk, say, oh, when I not allow SLPP forget offices na the north. We don't hear that one day from the leadership. Ever hear APC leader talk, say, when I go defend ourselves, we don't hear that one day from them. If we're really serious, I'm glad President Bill, they asked that political party then condemn. Here is what I will say. If we're really serious, they ask President Bill for disband soldier team. They ask President Bill for disband Pauper commandos. Those are vigilante groups, very popular within the SLPP. When then they go and cause and intimidate people, we all see videos. Just yesterday or so of Austin Johnny, fully dressed in military fatigue. If not anybody, now APC been do that, by now he go to jail. The police go down rope him in for incitement, but the man is out there, free. He was fully dressed in combat, making videos as if Nina the head of state. They threaten people. They state things the way then go do for steady the APC, as if he go able to steady the APC. But all of them things then they maintain the peace and quiet, because we want sanity in this country. We all for able live together as one nation. And that make we manifesto one nation, because we not feel say it necessary, it make any sense for they fed SLPP because the person they SLPP, or they look at somebody differently because they belong to other region. No. Now we as a nation decide say we want multi-party democracy. Okay. So people get right for belong to the party where they want for belong to, and that make the laws then where they guide the activities of them parties they are.
Okay, you don't continuously talk about peace, a peaceful party, no they part of any body or any group of people we want for destabilize the nation. And the issue here is you self go agree say for the last 3 days in not normal as how the country is supposed for normal. So as a responsible political party, where you say it hard for make una condemn any violence we don't happen, and the plenty because we don't go on.
We always don't do that, and we will continue for do that
officially.
Yes, there are press releases to that effect from the time way Alhaji Usman Fode Yansane na Secretary General of APC, we don't dey condemn violence, and we go continue.
Well, you go do that now.
I will dey condemn every form of violence, every form of political intimidation, every form of harassment from state security forces against the innocent people of this country. Look, government also for knowing responsibility. And government also get responsibility for ensure say they maintain peace and quiet without trampling on the rights of citizens of this country. If a group of people decide for express their grievances against the ECSL, not to the government, against the ECSL, government for ensure say then create an avenue for let them dey happy, for avoid confrontation of any sort. If it becomes lawless, nobody not go support that. Government for step in for maintain law and order. But where citizens want for express their right and you repeatedly they step in for trample on that, I think say problem will always stay. And in a democratic setting, that one is not supposed to happen.
All right, continue for the week spin at the studio. Sidi at Tunis, we will come back to the program. Good morning, Salon. They continue. 8:25 now the time from a studio clock. We look at other issues inside the program as the Electoral Commission of Salon don't go explain to political party them, civil society and the media about the election results management system. The Chief Electoral Commissioner Mohamed Kone don't declare Thursday, June 15 winner today as early voting day for people who get to go perform Hajj. Usman Kamara gets more on this. He go reports.
Transparency, accountability, integrity. Now some of the things that the Electoral Commission of Salon don't promise Salon people them say go happen inside the June 24, 2023 election. And as we sleep awake every day, now so the election term the near. Now for sake of this make the Electoral Commission of Salon king all political party liaison committee meeting for update political party them, election management body, civil society, and the media, but waiting ECSL don't put in place for this election. Recent meeting, now outside and go talk, explain and display about the election result and serve the early voting system for people we get for go Hajj.
Early voting provision we will get in the Public Elections Act for make we put the system in place for people then for votes before the date of the elections. So now that's not the early voting. So for these elections, we decide for use them because the Muslim then ask we and say because the pilgrims they get for go, they're not go there for vote. So let's make arrangement for let them vote before they travel.
All right. So as of now, almost people let me get for do the early voting.
We go there around 250 something as of yesterday, but I will know the final figure later. And once we get out, we'll make sure to make it available to the political parties there. The only challenge we will get, the number we will be expect for get is smaller than what we will expect because the people that are already there and some they get for begin travel by weekend. The law will be going to parliament will say that this will start and register and they then for vote for the presidential candidate. So it means they get for travel and go back. I'm sure that make will not get good number way they get for participating in the early voting.
Mohamed Kone na in name, na in voice you just listen to. Usai Emide explain about the early voting system. They carry on for talk about how they get for keep this vote and how they get for content.
With the see the ballots where they done for vote, with the seal and they will open the day we done for on June 24th. We'll mix them with the last stations then we say they get for vote and then we count them together because no one let people that know the early voters and the particular person they vote for. So now that's we get for do. The ECSL don't prepare, it's ready. We get the ballot papers over the weekend. We invite political parties once we confirm the timing for let them go and see who will receive them. With the dispatcher at various locations where they go know. As far as the ECSL concerned, everything they in place for this election. So we encourage political parties there. May they continue for campaign and may they participate in the electoral process.
After, we ECSL don't display and explain about the voting results and how they get for Duam, I've been talked to representative from the APC party and NDA party for know waiting they think about this process.
Mina Alaji Saluman Sare, I represent the All People's Party. We own concerns about this particular app for saying the one for use for take results from the polling stations, then direct to the national, we not support them because not being called when then they develop this app. We believe say the law don't make provision on how results them then get for tally them. We they count all the results them one inside the polling station. Then count them, then record the RRF, and that RRF then they give the political parties them. Then they take and go to the district office. Outside the electoral district officer, they certify them. And it give you all a copy of that certificate. From there, before it go to the regional, before it go national. Now I make the issue of the app, we not support them, and we do hope that for the elections, we go through the manual entries of the results at the polling station, and the certifying by the district electoral officer, and then from there the regional before it go to national. Now that's what they look forward to for Saturday, the 24th of June.
Amin Abdullah Barin, I'm the National Secretary General of the National Democratic Alliance Party. And this presentation will not be a new presentation to we because 2018 back then we call we do the same presentation. The only difference was the mobile application we then add to the system. So to we, the presentation is very good, very open, very clear to we. And the same way back it happened in 2018, we believe in the same system, and we appreciate them really for this clarity. We should be back.
As civil society gets role for play on this election, I will same also talk to one of the civil society. We don't monitor the work of ECSL, Alfonso Mali, and Adis Ebinse.
I want to commend the commissioner, Corner, and team. Since the process began, because election gets key cycle, you get pre, you get during, you get after. We don't be adequately informed. They don't can't tell you about the voter register. They don't can't update you about the PPLC meeting they get. Now, how then for count these results, how then they manage them, say them pull them from the form, say they can input them, the first person, the second person, the third person, they cross-check, say they get the final, and they can show you so. And indeed, waiting and show you, now the same system we use 2018. The only difference now mobile app, any other than the upgrade and also technology there. But again, we are satisfied for take this message to the people and say, that on our vote, on our get for vote, to control and the content. That process when they use for content, I think we're satisfied.
Alfonso Mali end up calling political party them for give the public the right information and save some of the thing them where ECSL don't put in place for this election. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
All right, it's 31 at the time from the studio clock. From that report, we continue to look at more issues inside this Thursday edition of Good Morning Salon. The President, Dr. Julius Madabio, don't call on the leadership of the All People's Congress, APC party, for condemn the plenty violence where it said on they happen at the country. President Bio talk this inside one work away go do na Potloko district. Also, I say plenty pan the violence them where don't they happen. Now people where it say they support the APC party can cause them. Where the APC leadership nor one day condemn the violence here. Well, for more on this, let me listen to Kabia.
Na so it mean sound like na Potloko this state. Usai community people na Makano, Masheka, and Songo been they welcome the President Julius Madabio and in team. Because of the last campaign where the SLPP party go do na Potloko this state for sake of the June 24 election. Usai community people be say President Bio inside the last 5 years be able to go with plenty development in them na Potloko this state. Where immediate talk for sake of community people na Potloko this state. The paramount chief for Koya Chiefdom, PC by Kompa Bomboli III, be tell thank you to the president for the development in them, where he say the president don't go with Potloko these states.
President Bio, that's you, born. Papa side from Freetown, where take power, you don't choose no side for make garden. Now BMIA, where I'm quite sure if you retire tomorrow, then I'm his subject. This power, you not up there. After my papa don't die, Mama thank you, may God guide and protect you. One Chinese woman, they call her Madam Sonny. If cow time, this in wife, he say make furniture where they use bed, school chair, everything. Right now, the days ago. Back to the steel industry. For President Bio 2012, people don't vote for our. Port Loco district here. 2018, they don't vote for the The steel industry can provide more than 1,000 workmen them. You can put an akoya here. Me na parliament chief, I no can campaign for them, but what possible do you good talker?
Inside Ion Talk, the resident minister for the Northwest region, where same way so na the presidential spokesman, Honorable Alpha Khan, be assured the president say people in Port Loco district go vote for him inside the June 24 election.
Pa, we don't vote for you. Well, they couldn't vote for you because this is SLPP here. But the rest of us waiting here will not be vote for you. But you show we say you're not noble Pekin, you're not paramount chief Pekin, you're not a national leader. Pa, come 24th June 2023, we go vote for you. Yesterday, when people then call nationwide disturbances, all of these 6 chiefdoms, nobody no involved. Not one person came out. They're not interested. They're interested in development.
Honorable Kande Koleyum Kelam, when the leader for the National Grand Coalition Party, been called on people in Port Loco district for votes for development. As he say, President Bio na the only president. We don't go with plenty development in them na Port Loco district.
Show me all the government we don't do it for now. Any one day, nobody. So me I no want talk Boku. Reason there why you want vote for President Bio. If you know want nothing in Port Loco, you don't give you a port not so. Boku job there. If you forget that airport they go to win a Cambio. Well, left and I not so. But 2 things there where they can. When me know that big hospital where they want build na Lunge. Now when a Port Loco not so. The best hospital na Salon. Then the best hotel. Model for them 2 day. You know how let them build na Port Loco. I want to see the votes. Because do you have the votes? No, then me can be able to give the vote. Then too, they bring them to it.
Fatima Biona, the first lady, been gets this for say to community people that Port Loco districts.
You know where you can Port Loco, you get for pick what you they say. The reason why you for pick what you they say, because let people they don't misunderstand you say you they can't talk bad about other people then. So today, me I just want to bring Port Loco in attention back to reality, and the reality and fact is there for everybody for see. Any government will like you they see them. Any government will not like you they see them back. Port Loco now one of the districts where don't vote for APC more than any district in this country. Port Loco now they vote and make APC stay in power. But for the 11 years after the war, for the 11 years where APC can have power, I believe say the one district where APC abuse past any district in this country in Port Loco.
Where in the talk, the President Julius Madabio say Port Loco districts and one pan the districts them. We not the votes for the SLPP party, but say in government inside the last 5 years, don't go with plenty development in them na this district. And self say government don't spend close to $800 million for go with different investments them na Port Loco districts.
Why so? We not vote for una self now. When they talk about lights now, when they talk about hospital, when they talk about airport, when they talk about the special economic zone, when they talk about another hospital, where can be the best hospital, when at the same Port Loco will they do, will they put up. And when they talk about an investment of nearly 800 million, we're not going to any other district. Now, Yanomo, all of that they can. So, if one government get mind for invest that in one district, where you get 16, then waiting for people to respond. Now that make how they ask, waiting when they vote for, when they vote for una self or when they vote for color. Now yeah, them bomb in, now they die. Anyway, the time don't come back for make decision about una future, about what una want Port Loco for maybe, about the future of we picking them, what we don't open lane for them, we they pay for them, we they pay school fees for them, we they provide food for them, we don't provide buses for them, we they make sure say we pay for MPSC, Beke and WAS, we they pay for scratch card for them, we they buy books for them. If we are not vote, then we are not left on picking them.
The plenty violence we don't happen this PNTM na the country, according to the president, don't they among the country in peace and democracy, where it's making call on young people in Port Loco district, not for allow anybody for use them for cause violence in the country.
All the number and the Liberian camp. Look, as recent as August 10, they said that they protest all around the world, but not for key policemen them. Now you come peace Union them. Now defend themselves, defend their living. That's few hours when they come out. They kill 6 policemen them. Now that make up been all ready for them this time round. So when are the young man there? I reason a block of few of them come out. Something wrong. This man when they call, I not go call his name because the mouth not go cheat to call his name. It's Rayanda. When I sabiam, when I not sabiam. How I go tell you me come on the street? If he believe himself, if you know say it's a bit fake war, make it calm down now. Then make us say when I want to now. It's really the one that were in charge of APC, from Anes by Kroma to all in executive. If they're serious about it, if now SFPP, that one idle away then a Holland day. And they come out openly in a BBC, now every radio, where I tell when I say, this man not a part of my party.
Now for sake of this make the president been called on the leadership of the All People's Congress APC party for condemn the violence them way in say don't they happen at the country.
I tell the whole leadership of the APC, if you are not with Adebayo or how they call him, then denounce him and dissociate yourself from all the comments and actions we don't take. Then we will not say you love this country. Then we will not say you love peace. But you cannot keep quiet and not say anything with all what you don't happen. Then you say, I love Sierra Leone. I want to leave Sierra Leone. Is that how you live? Do you care for the people? We can just small picking for care for, not for conflict again. You see that at the country tomorrow, oh man, when I go from Aneskroma to all in leader, including Samora, let any one of them get mind for talk say, this person where they threat in this country. This person where they make them go fight na Tumbu, where they kill people there. This person where they make them go burn things there na Lunsa. He said in a member of a party, he is not a member, he should not be a member. When I don't want to hear and talk that.
President Julius Madabio end up assure Salon people say he as president and go make sure say he protect them from any violence and self-bad thing them we go happen at the country. Where this make the president be call on Salon people for make sure say then go out and vote inside the June 24 election. As he say, the election go be peaceful, free and fair. For Radio Democracy, Kabia the reports.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue. We come over to the studio guest them. As we told you earlier today, we get Mohamed Rahman Soare from the Sierra Leone People's Party, and also we get Sidi Tunis from the All People's Congress. So they come over to Mohamed Rahman Soare. We continue for talk about waiting the political party that they do for let peace then at the country. Now moving the way forward. Now waiting as the Sierra Leone People's Party thinks the need for be done for let the country go maintain peace June 24 and after.
So the Sierra Leone People's Party lead this country to independence. After that, we get a civil war now for over 11 years, so several years, over 24 years of APC bad governance lead to will bring and restore peace. So we get a very vested interest in peace, in stability. Even when you look at the current manifesto of His Excellency, they talk about in broad vision for a united, peaceful, and progressive Sierra Leone, where all Sierra Leoneans and they will live and realize their fullest potentials. So peace for we very important. And I don't see, apart from the historical evidence we did, when President Bio was here as a young man back then in the 90s, I've been committed to it go restore peace to this country, conduct free and fair elections, and hand over to a democratically elected civilian government. We see a lead foundation, a big exploratory talks then with the late former President Kabaka and build on. So he has great peace credentials. Move that one day forward. It don't come back. There has been to monetary. We're not in sole idea, not be a TRC recommendation, but all governments that don't come over the years, nobody not been treated seriously. They don't put down it together, they get been to monetary. We all might attend, but the APC, they found every flimsy excuse not for go. Now, in that regard, they respect somebody like Honorable Alpha Khan. We don't see the light. We believe, say, we can only thrive as one united, progressive, peaceful people. We can go by that process. So, we also don't form the Independent Commission for Peace and all of them. So, all this now, practical and manifest commitment of this government, of this president in commitment to a peaceful Sierra Leone. Because when they talk about creating jobs for young people, when they talk about improving the revenue base, when they talk about building a Sierra Leone that we all will be proud of, we're not able to do all that one day peace no day. So the president know that one day we want for able to create jobs for thousands of young people then. We want for able broaden the domestic revenue base. We want for able for continue for market this country as a peaceful destination for tourism, for investment and all of that. So the president done the dual lens here for make sure say it happen. And we'll continue on this trajectory also.
So regardless of what you don't state, say the president don't do for ensure say peace continue for the country. This is a very critical period where the political parties they out they talk to the people, especially the people that will not decided waiting for do this election period. This are time when they listen to the political leaders, them where they go out in a different community, them for talk to them. What's the message regarding peace where the president and his team don't they give people them so far in a different parts of the country?
So
peace?
Me they say where you come party then not to talk no more. Then normally the first time they say talking are free. Even though now you get for pay. So what me they say now very simple. This president, everything don't translate into reality. You remember first time, by now, this country, lawlessness go down overwhelm with. Street rally, all kinds of things happen there. But because all kinds of this government see that one day, we say, look, in the new PPRC regulation, following extensive discussions with all political parties, we see that reality say, better for conduct rallies in designated places. It don't reduce violence. It don't reduce mame costs. It don't reduce it don't really bring decorum. So this government clearly they take them practical steps there where they make these elections peaceful, where they make them decorous. And the president don't miss any opportunity. Everywhere, they don't make them clear say who for remain peaceful, who for remain law abiding. If issues then they not make various processes then they law enforcement they other outlets then they will aggrieved citizens then they go for seek redress, for express their opinions, right? So yes, we remain committed to peace and that make what they call on our brothers in the APC. You know, we all get a common destiny. Once alone now we get, right? But what thing can be very, very, very sad. Now we politicians, what they aspire for lead this country, right? Go they talk peace in a paper, but then go, they talk about one nation manifesto. Now una the inside violence. How say? Abo say? Yeah, Dr. Samuel Kamara making tribal something. They tell people that Namakini say if you are a Kamara, you know they get job in this government. If you are this, and he knows that is not true. When President Bill they give appointments, now on the basis of competence and performance, where they look at the beach, you know they look at grains of sand, they look at the whole beach. You know, they look at trees, they look at the whole forest. He's looking for the very best Sierra Leoneans that they can serve. Because the vision we get now for a united, peaceful, and progressive Sierra Leone, every Sierra Leonean. So you even see, even in the elections, you don't go into a progressive alliance. Yeah? And you don't challenge every progressive, every other political party. Like my brother Sidi Naya, I think he's a progressive. He has something to offer. Come and join the progressive train. Because Salon are the only country we get. We have to fix it so that they work for they work for Pekin. That is President Bill's commitment to this country. So the call on political party leaders, let them stop for exploit the vulnerability of their supporters. That is exploitation, right? They know, say, for example, some of them demands, and like yesterday we talk about peace. All of them demands and they with the APC they talk, they know say it's outlandish, they don't get placed in a normal, serious setting. Then just lay the foundation, right, for potential violence, for undermining democracy, and for reverse this country against all this. You are talking about the resignation of all commissioners from the Chief Electoral Commissioner. You want to create a constitutional crisis. You want to insult this country after 62 years of independence. Not even during the Civil War years, we still had Dr. James Jones and I conduct the elections. Now you want to let them bring a committee of international experts for conduct elections. Parliament don't shut down. All of them in it. That constitutional crisis, it will overwhelm this country. They are laying a foundation for let say, okay, let's have an interim government who is unconstitutional. Nobody's going to enter government through the back door.
So the SLP people think say then concerns here as you talk about peace, then concerns here where on a main contender into the elections don't raise ahead of them this election. I don't think say it is serious enough for let the ECSL adhere to in terms of peace.
Well, I'm not going to talk the ECSL you. Then go ECSL go speak for them. So I'm not to them spokesperson. But when you compare some of the other demands that they make, it's so outlandish. Let them give them clear guarantees. Otherwise, within 24 hours, 72 hours, they talk about clear guarantees that the internet, they're not going to shut down internet. Nobody has ever shut down internet. The APC operatives there, then they target key and critical government infrastructure anytime, then disrupt the country, right? During August 10, they did that. They tinkered with the fiber cable. So we had disruptions. I mean, I have to give this to Zood Labs. They worked overtime for make sure, say, they're able to restore connectivity. I mean, it was in government's best interest for keeping the internet up and running. Because His Excellency was out of the country, he needed to stay in contact with the Vice President and the rest of government. But I'm happy they worked overtime and get down the door. And sadly enough, under the APC, now one cable day, we are now at advanced stages for make sure they will land a second cable. That is a serious vulnerability within technology terms and call it a single point of failure. So under His Excellency's administration, with the work with the World Bank, the non-show commitments for support will land a second cable, and the private sector are interested. So we will not, in interest for court with it. Then remember waiting and do last time around during the elections. We will not do that. We are confident we are winning these elections on the first ballot, and we no want to do anything untoward.
So, we not take their concerns and serious as
No.
government?
No. That's how they say. Today, we'll get a press conference by 1 o'clock. The party, they get a press conference at 1 o'clock. So, we invite the media and all the observers. They want to use this medium for invite the media. And una self assures 19 good
the press conference, what they bought?
Well, we want to discuss all of them loose, gaseous allegations yesterday where the APC don't go make na the press conference, and how we believe say this country can move forward for continuing for sustain the peace, the gains that we don't make for continue for accelerate transformation. Now that kinds in the one for go talk
in
about.
the concern way Sidi don't make mention of the not safe na the south in particular when they can go for campaign. So as we they talk about the responsibility of political parties now for ensure say there is a violence-free elections. Wait you get for say about that because they call on in that area they call on the government for support not for support the security sector for among them within the south.
Well, so
the south in particular.
Sidi we don't they don't do a lot of guerrilla tactics by me in the last couple of weeks. I know one for mention.
What's not the guerrilla tactics?
Nah, they talk because I think say would I shout first. Now you correct. Before I left Naya, I share the picture with her. His people, the APC people, then go to my village, for example, right? Sensing the no get support day. Where the people then big loud music go. Where the people then go inquire from then the chief. The acid then throw pardon the guy from the 7th of May. When that incident they happen, they don't they bow in a hospital. Now then they say they're doing operation skin grafting. I go share the pictures in there. It's sabi. So we have been at the receiving end of violence for the most part, right? The APC is a violent party. Now that make they don't give somebody retainership, consultancy for the cost all woman and mama, all my mama. Now this country, they think say this country in future, the destiny of this country far bigger than that. We will continue to stay focused. This country here will not the mortgage here because somebody costs.
Quickly before they come to Sidi, you make mention of your village, and also you aware of video again where we see now. Don't they go around this BNT? Some young people when they call on you in that video, they say they know they allow the APC leadership or the APC party to go campaign at that same village day. You been see that video there?
Yes, I see them.
What can you do when you see the video? When the people they call on you?
So I issued a statement. I have spoken to the leaders in the community then. But I don't speak to the community leaders then.
What did you tell them?
Of course, I belong to the SLPP. We're a very peaceful party. We bring independence in this country. We restore peace now after civil war. We understand, say they're very aggrieved because they went to a community, throw acid per people there, including the chief. We don't they away from them for over 1 month now. Say them do operation para. The people are aggrieved, but we don't tell them say no matter how aggrieved you are, we will not take the law now on our hands. That matter did the police, and we don't ask for a speedy and swift investigations. That is what we have done. So don't reduce the tension. That same day they will see the videos. I mean, a call on the leaders and then various communities and they took action. That is what responsible leaders do, not incite violence like the APC does through misinformation, disinformation, and sometimes through outright lies.
All right, Mohamed Rahman Soare. I come over to Sidi at Tunis. Now, the All People's Congress APC party presidential candidates don't give 72 hours for the ECSL address concern them on for the electoral process or then resign them position as chief electoral commissioner and the other commissioners them. If this not happen after the next 72 hours since yesterday, what's next for the APC?
We go come back to the nation with the next lines of actions. But until then, we they hope say and we know say then go address the issues. And I'm glad the way you asked the minister about that video day. You know, these are the things we will talk about. And I go like for see the statement where he put out condemning that particular video. Because that video, they not only ask for we heard them, we did in APC. They ask, they promise say anytime Dr. Samra Kamara go to that particular village, then we'll make sure say then kill him. And then repeatedly call out a name as if Naim put together that particular group day. I hope say not to him. I know they expect say it will be in. And that make us say I go like for see the statement where issue out. And you know, we as a party, we always don't insist. We manifesto speak to uplifting the people of this country. We manifesto speak to uniting this nation, bringing every Sierra Leonean together, harnessing their fullest potential and making sure they contribute to nation building. We believe, say, democracy, they come with good governance. And good governance, you for able to provide the basic amenities for you people where this administration don't fail for do. They're not able to provide better, you know, life for the people. Food prices, they go up regularly to a point that we're not able to afford with daily living. Healthcare don't reduce drastically. You know, water supply don't reduce. Energy don't reduce. The hardship, just too much. And the human rights abuses, you can never talk about this administration, you left out the human rights abuses. Then just too many, and then just not able to stop. You know, so making statements calling for condemnations, APC, we don't condemn and we will continue for condemn. But at the same time, we get a responsibility where we don't clearly now see say the law we will all they obey. The law we will all they under, not they protect we because we are APC. In fact, the law they trample on we. The one that was supposed for protect we, for guarantee we security, they able guarantee we and we membership security. You know, within our God hand and within our we own hand. We get for protect we self and we get for guarantee protection for we membership and we supporters them. Because clearly the state securities them so far in some cases, not all of them, I must say, in some cases they fail for do that. I don't see no reason why even where PPRC don't say rallies for be done in designated areas and then of course the police don't define routes and then when they go any side we pass, you get for block here. Any side we pass, you get for block here. And in the process, you begin for fire, tear gas. I mean, look at the disturbing videos. People, they run away from security forces to a point, then jump inside water for swim, for escape. And you still, they shoot them inside the water. I mean, how evil, how wicked that one they go be. So these are the things we don't see. That is why we are calling on the people of this country. As much as we call for peace and we will continue for call for peace, when our own time don't reach for change all of this. And that is the ballot. Now I make Dr. Maker very clear yesterday. Let we join them. Let we stick with them. Let we be them and move this country back to the gracious days who say every Sierra Leonean get the opportunity for contribute to nation building, for keep this country peaceful, for keep we all together so we go begin for earn better jobs, we go begin for earn living wages, we go begin for invest more in agriculture, in education, in skills building, empower the women, not only on paper, but in reality. Empower them, let them self-able harness their fullest potential, join we, and we push this country forward. We'll build a one nation for every Sierra Leonean, home and abroad.
All right. Sidi, every Sierra Leonean, they hope and pray for a peaceful elections. Not so secret from even when I don't talk, see there are videos here and there and inciting people. And the elephant in the room, we can't run away from Adebayo. We the latest one all now some of we Mama then they inside it, and you continue to give very, very insightful statements them. From the APC, waiting our APC in position with regards Adebayo and the insightful statements them and the danger cost Mami cost them we continue for make.
We don't repeatedly condemn the actions and activities of anybody where they
I know they talk about anybody now. It's specific on the APC in position
where they incite violence, including Adebayo.
Thank you.
And we don't repeatedly say Adebayo is not a member of the APC. But as they ask me about Adebayo, we have many Adebayos in this country where they clearly do far more insightful things than Adebayo.
Exactly.
I've mentioned Austin Johnny earlier.
Where in statements don't cause, I'm saying we don't see the systematic audios of Adebayo we get evidences of things that we don't happen. So my question the APC's position on Adebayo.
That is why I say if this country peaceful, you get forgive APC credit. Because if somebody, no, I'm serious. If somebody goes say a work combat, they say I cut every APC person head. Would not they allow APC for do this anymore if the mistake would they kill and the entire family? And we still remain calm. We not go after them, we not curse them, we not respond to them, because we expect say when the security forces, when the state security see that kind of video, then go rope in that person, they just like how they don't rope in every other Sierra Leonean where they feel say don't make insightful statements and like that. I sure say if Adebayo been in this country, the state security for don't rope by now. He's not in this country.
So if you for advice?
If I for advice, Dr. Samara Kamara don't state all of the issues that we'll get, where we feel say we for implement, for let we get total peace in this country. Let the government read in statement, let the ECSL read in statement, and adhere to the demands that way Dr. Samara Kamara don't make in this speech. That is my advice. Look, the peace and quiet of Sierra Leone at this particular moment, they are the hands of the ECSL. The peace and quiet, and they repeat this, the peace and stability of Sierra Leone at this moment, they are the hands of the ECSL. And so far, from all indications, ECSL not committed to conducting free, fair, credible election. And in that regard, then they undermine the peace and stability of Sierra Leone. Then they are the state term clearly with no fear, no hesitation whatsoever.
All right. Many thanks for the program this morning. Sidi at Tunis to come over to Mohamed Rahman Soare as we wrap up the program. With the message we left to especially Una Sefion supporter and membership regarding peace.
Okay, so on women's empowerment, we very, very, very concerned, say, the APC, they orchestrate the Adebayo thing on this country. You know, the only threatening for destabilize this country and cause untold sufferings, and they cause women then willy-nilly from morning to sunset. And sadly enough, the presidential candidate, Dr. Samora Kamara herself, they eulogize her. I listen to one tape then this year. They say, oh man, they listen to Bayo then this year. They don't take interviews with her. That's available for all to see. As if that is not enough for go down the same line for disrespect women, they say go control the price of women who come to power. So this country will be worse off on that. But that's what it says, we're going to bring price control power woman business. You don't say, so, okay, so we they say, we not a peaceful, law-abiding party. His Excellency don't start up on a great trajectory. They don't respect you very much. Just days ago, Sierra Leone, after 52 years of absence at the United Nations, we don't get a position there as a non-permanent member of the Security Council. That a big respect and honor they don't give this country. We want to continue for maintain that one day. Then they respect we as global leaders in education. We find out, say, last year, Transforming Education Summit, the President Nainen called the UN Secretary General specifically invited them for co-chair with them. Yeah? When they put together world leaders for talk about crisis in education for resolve that problem, now one of 5 world leaders then bring together for let them find ways how then they able to resolve crisis in education. So there are many good things happening here. We want to continue that, let the world continue for respect we. So Nadamek will say His Excellency has to be given a second chance on the first ballot. Let's see then. You know, I understand what it means. I mean, the APC has never had internal democracy. So it's a painful thing.
So let me quickly get short piece message.
So
from you
as at the left here, I want for continue for re-echo His Excellency in commitment to peace, to stability. And I'll call on all supporters everywhere on a day for continue, for be law abiding, and for continue for maintain the energy, for go out and vote on the 24th of June, for make sure His Excellency is re-elected on the first ballot, no runoff.
All right, many thanks. Over to you, Sidi at Tunis, for a short peace message before you left the studio this morning.
We always don't be peaceful. I will go remain peaceful.
You don't make it, don't wrap up. It wrap up 2:10.
But the peace and security of Sierra Leone rests in the hands of Mohamed Kone, ECSL, and President Bill. President Bill don't begin call for condemnation. We they ask him for let also come out and condemn all of the attacks on the people in the south and the eastern part of the country, and let grant unfettered access to all political parties in the south and the east for make them able to campaign freely without intimidation, and making control the security forces for ensure say they provide security for every political party, especially on the days of campaign. We look forward to peaceful elections, but one, we also go be credible, we also go be free of rigging, and we also go be transparent enough. That's not the way we will go maintain peace and stability in us alone. Thank you.
All right, many thanks for joining the program this morning. That's been Sidi at Tunis from the All People's Congress, and also we've been get Mohamed Rahman Sware from the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP. As today we look at waiting in 2 political parties they do for ensure they maintain peace now the June 24 election and even after. Now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon Golefuna, plenty thank you to the production team. Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Kumar produce the program. DJ Keman give you technical support. Usman Kamara and in team make on see we live on Facebook. Until then, Mabel Kabade say goodbye.
Well, stay tuned at 12 for We Midday Show and at 7 for We National News. Stay tuned again to Radio Democracy for more interesting programs and throughout the day. Until then, me and Asma James, they say goodbye.